John Farrell with the Farrell Law Firm. Today we're going to talk about transferring your home to a revocable living trust. But first, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We put out new videos almost every day. And make sure you hit the like button because, hey, every like helps. John Farrell with the Farrell Law Firm. To tell you a little bit about myself, I'm the author of Estate Planning for the Modern Family and was recently voted one of the top lawyers here in the Cobb County, Georgia, along with the law firm being voted one of the top law firms here in Cobb County, Georgia. Today, we're going to talk about transferring your home into a revocable living trust. We're going to quickly go over what a revocable living trust is, how you transfer your home into a revocable living trust, what happens to your homestead exemption, and what you should do with your homeowner's insurance policy. So a revocable living trust is one of the most common type of trust out there. It's a trust that you create while you're alive, and you are the beneficiary of that trust while you are alive. You're also the trustee of that trust, meaning you manage the assets in the trust. After you pass away, a person called the successor trustee will step into your shoes and distribute your assets according to your wishes, much like you would do in a last will and testament. However, some of the benefits to a revocable living trust is it helps your family avoid the probate process when you pass away. It keeps your affairs private. Your family gets their inheritances much quicker. It can help you if you become disabled, among other benefits. One of the most important assets you will transfer into your revocable living trust after you've created it will be your home. So how is this done? It happens by you signing a deed that transfers your home from your individual name, whether you own the home individually or with your spouse, to your name as trustee of the trust. By the way, you can't transfer the home from your individual name to the trust directly. You have to transfer it from your individual name to your name as trustee of the trust. This document, the deed, is then recorded at the courthouse. It becomes part of the record that the home is now in a trust and not in your individual name. The benefit here is if you pass away, the home won't have to go through the probate process because it's not in your name. Now that the property has been transferred to your revocable living trust, this will be shown on your property taxes. So, in the future, when you receive a property tax bill, it should show that the property tax bill is being sent to you as trustee of the trust instead of your individual name. This change in name is reflected in the property tax records, but for all intents and purposes, you are still paying those taxes like you always have. But you'll need to know one thing, and that is what happens to your homestead exemption. For those living in Georgia, there's an exemption to a portion of property taxes for people of a certain age, in that they don't have to now pay school taxes, and that's because there's an age exemption to that portion of the property taxes. This exemption can be significant, and I've seen people save thousands of dollars in property taxes each year because they can now claim the homestead exemption now that they've reached a certain age. So what happens to that exemption if you no longer own the property but is owned by the trust? Nothing. You still get the exemption. Just because you've transferred the home into your revocable living trust doesn't mean you can still get the exemption. However, and this is a big however, you'll need to reapply for the exemption. The county will want the exemption in the name of the trust, now that the home is owned by the trust. So you'll need to reapply for the exemption. You still get the exemption, but the county wants the exemption in the correct name, which is now in the name of you as trustee of your revocable living trust. One important thing to remember about the home being transferred to your revocable living trust is that the home can always be transferred out of the trust for whatever reason. One reason you may end up transferring your home out of your revocable living trust is that many mortgage holders don't want to refinance a home that's in a revocable living trust. So if you're wanting to refinance your mortgage, you'll be able to transfer the home back into your individual name, refinance the mortgage, and then transfer it back into the revocable living trust after the refinance paperwork has been settled. Additionally, maybe you want to sell your home. In that case, you can sell your home and those proceeds will go back to you because remember, you are the beneficiary of your revocable living trust. You could use that money to buy another house or whatever you want to do with those proceeds. It's your money. Another thing to consider is what to do with your homeowner's insurance policy. You would want to contact your homeowner's insurance company and add your revocable living trust as an additional insured on your policy. Individually, you'll still remain as an insured under the policy, but you'll want to add the revocable living trust as an additional insured under the policy. That's really all we have to talk about today. If you've watched our videos for any amount of time, then you know what we do is we help people plan their estates. To do that, we've created a book called Estate Planning for the Modern Family. You're going to want to get a copy of this book, so I'm putting a link in the description below so you can order it online. It will tell you all about wills, trusts, powers of attorney, and the probate process. It also comes with a bonus. The bonus is if you have trouble sleeping at night, you can read it and it will get you right to sleep, so make sure you read it in the morning. If you want to learn a little bit more about the firm or maybe schedule a free consultation for yourself, give us a call at 678-809-4922. That's 678-809-4922. I'm also putting a link in the description below so you can reach out to us to schedule that free consultation. All right, that's all we have for today. Make sure you subscribe to the channel because we put out new videos almost every day. And make sure you hit the like button because, hey, every like helps.